Hey, chat. Sometimes you know going into it that a deck is not likely to be good, but maybe perhaps it could end up being great, and this is definitely one of those sets. So Maze's End is kind of an iconic card from the first Ravnica set. Return Maze's End to its owner's hand, search your library for a gate card, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. Then if you control 10 or more gates with different names, you get to win the game outright. So, this is an alternate win condition that then also provides color fixing in the interim. We technically have 11 differently named gates in our deck because we have the 10 guild gates. And then we also have the Gateway Plaza. We have a bunch of different gates payoffs in this archetype. We have Gatebreaker Ram. We have Gates Ablaze. We have Guild Summit. We have the Gate Colossus. And then out of the sideboard for the aggro matchup, we have some Archway Angels. Now, we kind of tie the room together with various ramp elements and then some extra interactive cards. We've got a smattering of different interactive bits for different matchups out of the sideboard. So let's go ahead and pop on into some games here with this and see how it goes this morning. Hey, Philly, thank you for the 72 months. Welcome to Hoaglandia's kindergarten class. Thanks for the 6 years. Oh my gosh, this card enters tapped to chat. It's so bad. Adronis Arcanian, thanks for hanging out for over 3 years. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. How is it still March 2020, 26 months later? Oh gosh, it has been 26 months since the lockdowns happened, hasn't it? Good God. It's been a trip, Honeywell. Thanks for sticking around. Haha, nice exit, Sad. Tree is wonderful. I see we're still not getting to Mythic soon. Wow. Ye of little faith. Alright, so I definitely want a blue land in here. So I'll grab Dimir Guildgate and an extra red? It doesn't really matter. We have Plaza of Harmony that doubles them all up too, so. Arseno, thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back. So I'm actually not gonna draw any extra cards. Just gonna go ahead and play this out. Just start getting the hits on those. Turnpike Bear, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're still a little ways off here. And again, I have enough gates in my hand and stuff that I'm just not going to tap anything with this. Just want to keep casting all of my spells, but I would like to draw extra cards when we put these gates into play for sure. Ah, so you have to discard the hand size, chat? Unlucky. Probably don't need 2 mazes in, right? Famous last words. Ornithopter? Excuse me? What's that doing in their deck? Alright, chat, blaze it. Oh, they're Winota. That makes sense. That makes sense. I thought there was some kind of werewolf brew, but you're right. You're right. They're totally a Winota deck. The other thing I'm curious on in this deck, yeah, like, so like, we could theoretically like win with mazes end next turn, but like, also they're just dead to the Gatebreaker Ram. So it's like, at any point during this set, is Mazes End actually going to win the game? Or is it always just going to be, okay, here's a Gatebreaker Ram, you die? Definitely want to bring in all my spot removal here, I think. So say cut Mazes End for more goats. Or, you know, untapped lands that make colors. Yeah, if we had a control deck, things might be different. We trim our top end here. Three cuts. Don't need the extra sweepers, because spot removal is a little more important in this matchup. I guess maybe Bonecrusher Giant's only okay. It doesn't kill Winota. Yeah, let's do that. Let's draw a red lane, shit. Thanks for the 6 months apparel social limit, non-fluent. Welcome back. Oh no, chat! Our deck full of tapped lands. Going third is really bad against Tovolar, chat. Our deck is much worse when we go third. One Man Cold, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Dodge a Winota, we can dodge a ball. Ain't that the truth? Oh, you know what? I should have played this out, right? If I would have played Simic Guildgate out, I could have Gatebreaker Rammed and trophied this turn, and now I cannot do both of those things. It's a mistake. I was thinking I might want to activate this, but realistically, I'm just not activating it for a long time. Look at their little baby 6/6, chat. It's so little. Wow, is that an untap? It is. It's almost like cheating. Are we gonna win this game, chat? FA, thank you for the over 3 years. Welcome back. I think we're gonna win this game, chat. That can't possibly be right. Clarion, we will always remember the 22-point life swing. We're attacking your face now. Do 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 do. All right, chat, it's official. I can stamp exceeds expectations on our deck list. We have won not just games, but an entire match of Magic the Gathering cards with Maze's End. Now, chat, if you all at home are wondering, why would Jeff ever subject himself to this deck? This was one of our wonderful viewer submissions. And remember, if you want to get in on a viewer submission at a little bit of a discounted price, our Every Plate promo actually ends tomorrow morning. So if you live in the United States, you like to get something added to the deck queue, and not only a little bit of a discount, but also with some delicious meals delivered right to your door, be sure to check them out using the link in chat. My body is ready to miss our third land drop in my 28 land deck. Go ahead, Dimir. But you not only have a fort, you have the extra colors on the fort. All right, we hit the 2 gates in a row, so the scene's kind of perfect. Oh, gosh. Chat, it's been so long since I cast Circuitous Route and drew 2 cards. It's been so long. Yes, the person asserted that my politics are centrist because I expect people to pay for me to play their decks on stream. Big, why would you try to improve society yet you engage in it energy? Which, honestly, as someone who fancies himself something of a leftist, it's interesting to me that someone else who thinks that they're a leftist as well and they're, like, gatekeeping me on purity doesn't believe I should be paid for my work. Because that's kind of a core tenet, right? Like, the people should be paid for the work that they do. It's not like I'm, yeah, right, curious. All right, what colors do we want here? We want a black land at some point. We have everything else. So when I get different, I have Gruul, Izzet, Simic, Azorius. Look at Boros and Dimir. Paying you to play a deck and having access to Insular the same level of necessity. Yeah, exactly. Also, it's like, my time actually isn't artificially scarce, right? Like, I very much have this finite upper ceiling on how much time I have. Okay, punished for not Gates Ablazing.
And you lose everything.
I'm gonna discard the Gateway Plaza here. Seven. Yeah, we just like double Gatebreaker Ram, Arboreal Grazer pass. I could Blaze Ram. I'm just playing my things out. It could also be right to hold Grazer to discard to these.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy. Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
So that the Gates Ablaze is actually lethal, right? Because these will be big enough. Oh, there's another Gates Ablaze in exile. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, I think this is an Archway Angel matchup, chat. I think this is actually an Arboreal Grazer out matchup because I want more threat density in my deck here against a fair mid-range deck. Fine trophy matchup. Maybe Redcap's not actually good. It kills Obnixilis, but that's about it. So you need to craft these gate cards. I mean, it's basically all commons and uncommons. You need 2 mythics for this. These probably aren't even good, and 4 rares for Plaza of Harmony. Also, I'm not sure Gate Colossus is actually good in this archetype. All right, let's try this. Gate Colossus is great against Mill. that's just the facts, chat. Just the facts. Ah, the classic Boros Guildgate Assassin's Trophy opener. I think this is a keep, right? What if I already have 4 Plaza of Harmony from previous poor decisions? Saddle up, cowboy, let's go. Yes, the Plaza of Harmony gets the trophy. Accurate statement. Makes color of mana that a gate you control could produce. Oh yeah, step on me, daddy. Yeah, the every play promo is just any kind of deck submission. I don't differentiate between builder rounds and not anymore, Boshek. In fact, in many ways, I prefer builder rounds to specific submissions. You're also welcome if you have like a loose shell that you like. You can submit a deck list and be like, this is what I have to start, Jeff. These are the cards I want you to keep, like, work with the rest of it. That also works well, too. God awful. Well, I'm gonna be honest, chat. Even when I get not build around submissions, I usually redo the mana bases. Hey, this is slowly ticking down. This is why we boarded in the. This is why we boarded in the Archway Angels. We live to get to them. Going on, Mr. Bips, 6 to 28 months. Treasure Flare, no, Treasure Flare is legal. Oh, Treasure Flare, sorry, the Zenith Flare is legal. Treasure Hunt is not. Treasure Hunt was a historic anthology card. Hey, chat, we need an Archway Angel. It's not gonna do it. We can block one of them, but not the other. You need some more spells that game. Gotta add a couple of discard spells happen, and then we flood it out. It's magic sometimes. I think I'm happy with how we boarded, based on how that played out. Plaza gained us 3, so we had 1 more. Well, I could block a 3-power thing, and then I took 4 between the Clothis and the 2-power thing. So you are incorrect, Twitch chat. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, their Clothis being a threat we couldn't interact with was very good that game. The fact that they left us to escape the wilds implies to me that they have another discard spell. That was a great draw. I'm gonna go ahead and just stomp this now so they can't, like, untap and Obnixilis us. I had a land that could gain me 3 Sporadic Penguin. Plaza gains us 3. Alright, if we draw a land, the Escape to the Wilds will bridge us to Archway Angel, and then that buys us a lot of time. So, this is a little aggressive, or defense, I guess it depends on how you look at it, but I feel like my mana is going to be spoken for the next couple of turns here, so I want to just go ahead and use my lands this turn to cast Deafening Clarion and gain life. And this, chat, is why there's 1 basic in our deck. Is gain 8 enough? I think so. This is super punishing. We could lose this game now. That's the downside to this line for sure. Okay, they don't have a removal spell. That's great for us. Just the actual most punished we could be for not playing the draw 5. Super duper unfortunate. We're actually gonna lose this game if we don't draw out of it. Yeah, my life total is high enough. I should have just. Oh, that's frustrating. Only having one of our 8 pieces of card advantage in our top 14 cards sucks. Well, one of the trophies was flashbacked, but yeah. If I would have played my draw 5, I think we win this game, and it's not close. Now it's gonna be close. Need to hit another Plaza Angel or another a piece of card advantage. Looking for it at the moment. Post-combat Obnixilis, Vomit. We also haven't drawn any Gatebreaker Rams in our top. Oh, we had one, never mind. I got thought seized, I forgot.
You work for me now, Runt. Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Not a really frustrating game of Magic. That just describes most games of Magic though, huh?
Go sow some chaos. Pleasure doing business with you.
Been on Ingbot. Thanks for the 37 months. Alright, so we're definitely casting this. The question is, am I Clarioning this turn? I feel like I can't, right? Because I need the lifelink. I'm taking 6 next turn is the problem. Yeah, I'm counting 6. This is 2, 2, and 2. 2 times 3 is 6. There's no way they block with Elder Gargoth if I attack with Bonecrusher Giant. My opponent would have to be god-awful to do that, and they've played pretty well.
Or carnage. Tribute is good.
Oh, I'm dead because Reflection of the Kiki is gonna turn on Clothis. That was really disappointing. Our opponent drew like a fucking savant, and we bricked off and died after we made a small mistake. And I don't even know that it was a mistake either, right? Like, they were really low on life. And like that duress could have just easily been a Thoughtseize. Targeted discard spells are just fucking obnoxious. Sad. Almost made it to Mythic with Gates. No fun allowed, the Magic the Gathering story. It's also worth noting, and this goes back to viewer deck submissions and playing with an arm tied behind our back. If our copy of Maze's End had simply been an untapped land that game, I would have been able to cast my Escape to the Wilds the turn before we played the Angel, and I win this game if my Gates deck simply isn't playing Maze's End. So we also lost that game because our deck has chosen to make multiple deck building decisions that put it behind. So we're already underpowered because we're trying to play a Gates deck, and then we're also forcing an inoptimal thing inside of the Gates by trying to play Maze's End. No, silly cheese. At no point has Maze's End's text box been relevant. It's literally been a tapped colorless land every game we've played it, making our colors worse and giving us an inability to actually cast spells. If you want to play a Gates deck, you should definitely cut that card. Maybe use sideboard a copy or two of it for a control matchup if you're concerned about that. Maybe. Oh, that's actually a really good shout. Is Golos legal in this format? It is, right? Yeah, we should probably put some Golos in our deck. Five mana doesn't impact the board. I mean, it's a 3/5. I think I've been stewing over what I want to replace Gate Colossus with, because I think that card's also not good. And replacing it with Golos kind of sounds great. This deck would play the crap out of Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead would be a playable colorless tap land. 10 out of 10. If Izzet versus Gatebreaker Ram, what year is it? I was going to say our opponent is here to have fun, and then they cast a Narset Partner of Veil, so that's decidedly not the case. right. Yes. People pointing out that Gatebreaker Ram was a 3-for-1 there are missing the fact that all of those cards drew cards, so it wasn't. It was a 0-for-1. Collective, thank you for the sub-gifties. Appreciate it. Good morning, good morning. We'll lead on this. I don't think actually, I would say because I have Grazer, but I boarded the Grazer out, so it actually doesn't matter what we lead on here. Hey, thanks for the Prime as well. Happy Wednesday. Happy 50 months, Halkasa. Thanks for sticking around for over 4 years. I mean, our deck already has a lot of top end shit. So like if I'm adding Golos, adding more top end past Golos probably isn't a good deck building decision. Golos, I'm gonna add Golos and I'm gonna cut one of the 2 mazes ends. Golos gives us extra virtual copies of maze in addition to being a payoff for all of our lands. What's going on, F Dragon? Thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. I'm gonna play this before I play a land, so if they have a counter spell, yeah, I think we might be missing. Oh, you know what? This is wrong because I actually can't play Gateway Plaza here if they counterspell this. I was thinking again, we need a counterspell and then we just play a land drop, but I'm actually can't play a land. The Gateway Plaza makes us pay 1 or we have to sacrifice it. That just happened. Deal Areno. Everything worked out, chat. Got a discard to hand size. Never lucky. I have an answer for your boy this time. It does mean I have to lose a Gatebreaker Ram, but it is what it is. All right, 17 power, go. Your move, blue-red deck. This is kind of cute against the blue-red deck. Maybe we don't. Maybe we want to fit Golos in somewhere else. This is kind of cute. Large lads, I choose you. So I can actually tap 2 lands, draw Goat plus the Colossus and replay them. Gatebreaker Ram is so good. This is actually the best card in the deck yet. Explorer reminds me of Historic when it was good. Honestly, the more I look at Modern and the more I look at the impact that they had on Historic, the more Modern Horizons cards seem like they were just an incredible design mistake. Like it really feels like, I don't know. Obviously I think they had good intentions, but those cards seem like a toxic stain on every format they touch. We definitely don't know what's good, bad, or otherwise in this format. I agree we're still in a honeymoon period when it comes to figuring out what's good or bad. But the big thing to me is that this format feels like a format where I can play old standard decks and not just be embarrassed by nonsense like Unholy Heat and Archmage's Charm. Thanks for the 2.5 years, by the way, F-Dragon. And the 4th be with you as well. Sure, weak, underpowered, limited Horizons cards, sure. But the, like, obviously pushed, pretty obnoxious stuff, I'm pretty over. I haven't seen much get of it. I know the deck theoretically exists, but I haven't been playing against it. I mean, not only do the Modern Horizon sets make you have to chase this expensive thing to keep playing Modern, they also just fundamentally change the format. Like, I played Modern for, you know, close to a decade, and it was great to know that, like, while some things changed, other things stayed the same, and I look at Modern today, and it just does not resemble the format that I spent a decade playing at all. More ticks. Thank you for the 35 months. Welcome back. Modern is Legacy Light now. Yeah, I think that's a good descriptor. It's a bunch of free spells and stuff.
To get a thoughtfulness before action.
So we get memory next turn.
I have just the trick for this.
Alright, down tick Narset would imply that they're not going to memory, because otherwise you would down tick afterwards. Nah, just bad. Got it. This unknown card is Spell Pierce. Or they just have Opt. They do have Opt. Alright. So, again, if you listen to my criticism for Modern Horizons in Modern has nothing to do with the quality of play pattern. And you can feel free to disagree with my position on this. This is super subjective. I've actually heard a lot of good things about the play patterns of Modern with Modern Horizons. I know there's a lot of people that like it. I haven't played it though, so I don't have an opinion on the play patterns. I just know that what Modern Horizons did to Modern killed the reason I played formats like Modern. It removed the thing that I liked about those formats. If I want to play a format that's going to constantly be changing with churn from new cards, I'll play Standard. That they turned Modern into more expensive Standard. I'm glad people like it. I'm not gonna yuck their yum. If you enjoy Modern for what it is right now, like, play it. Go nuts. I'm not gonna touch it, you know? But their decisions to push into that space removed the thing that I liked about the format. I already have a format to do what Modern does today. I'll just play Standard. I played Modern to get a different experience from that. Here, chat, it always makes me chuckle. People are like, well, what if we did reprint sets? We literally had several Modern Master sets. Magic players, good God. The history's not that long. Also, if you look at, speaking of history, if you look at the history of Master sets, they don't actually make things cheaper a lot of the time. Do you know why those Master sets, chat, are $10 a booster pack? They're $10 a booster because the goal of Master sets isn't to make formats like Modern cheaper. It's to bring more players into the format and increase the supply proportionally so the format can remain expensive while gaining new players. I'm gonna finish my piece here on the economy, but just for clarity's sake, Wizards doesn't want non-rotating formats of Magic to be cheap and accessible, chat. If Wizards wanted, they could make every fetch land cost as much as a Stormcrow, but they don't want that. They want it to be expensive because those formats and cards being expensive makes them more profit in the long term. It's how it's always been. The cards being expensive isn't some problem that Wizards working to solve but just can't figure out. They understand how the system works and they like it and they leverage it when they want to. I'm gonna basic island in the deck over the second one. I think I want a couple of Goloses. We were actually one match off of Mythic with this deck to start. We won the first match, we were one game off, and I made a mistake and we lost. That last game we just kind of died, but the one before it, we were in a very good spot. And got pretty unlucky after making a small mistake. Let's do one more with this. We'll slide along to some standard. Potter Goes Gaming, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Got me. Alright, so we're just waiting for one of our payoffs. Not a bad start off of mulligan to 5. Your finest Gates Ablaze, please. Sedge. Have to draw a live one next turn. Approximate start time for tonight. Yeah, there's a schedule under the stream. Usually between 1 and 2 though. BT dubs for the regulars. I do have to end a little bit early today and tomorrow. So I'll be shaving a little bit of our usual Unite time off of the end. I need to be done by 3 o'clock today and tomorrow. All right, we're bringing in some life gain and some extra interaction. You guys want to trim some of the top end? Honestly, Golos might be better than Escape the Wilds. Maybe Growth Spiral's actually not very good. It's like ramp that doesn't impact the board. It's hilarious to me that there's a deck called Money Pile in Modern. Speaking of Modern becoming Legacy Light, the fact that a deck that exists called Money Pile is hilarious. No, like, if you're not familiar, like, you think every Magic deck's expensive, the Money Pile deck is expensive even for Modern. No, like, it's expensive compared to the rest of the already expensive formats, yeah. It's, like, actually another level. Yeah, it's like 2,500 bucks. It's, like, actually costs what Legacy decks cost. Meh. It's like twice as expensive as the next most expensive archetype. Mono red deck, meet 5-5. 5-5, meet mono red deck. Listen, chat. The more Magic changes, the more some things stay the same. These are 14 months, by the way. Potter goes. And more tech, 6 for 35. I think I might have missed yours about 10 minutes ago. We were ranting and rambling. Yeah, 5-5 with Vigilance Trample. Nothing to scoff at. All right, now we have to try and win the game while going third, which is going to be a really challenge against red aggro. Okay. We are starting at 23 at least. I guess, do I start at 23 or do I... If I play Plaza, I could Bonecrusher this turn. I think that's more important, right? Because next turn, when I play the Simic Guildgate, this will be able to make blue mana to play Aether Gust as well. That's actually kind of brutal. Is your castable spell? Really need any gate yet. Okay. Hey, I'll play some standard. I'm done getting beat with this. Yeah, Plaza is not a gate. I cannot. My Gates Ablaze is only for if you're wondering why we're conceding. Gates Ablaze is only dealing 2 there. And even if it didn't have menace, we were pretty dead. My number one suggestion for this deck. I actually think the core of this might be close to reasonable, especially if you're looking for a budget deck in the format. This card's not playable, chat. It's awful. Cut this. Put a basic mountain in the deck, and the deck will be significantly better. We would have been 2-2 or possibly 3-0 in that set if we would have made it to Mythic with this deck if I didn't have Maze's End in my deck. At every point during that set, Maze's End was simply a tapped dual land. And then in fact, once you cut the Maze's End out of the deck, you can actually make the mana better as well. So you no longer need a gate of every color here. So we can cut all of these black gates, and we're already maxed out on Temur gates, but you could go up white gates, so that way your Deafening Clarions and your Archway Angels cast more consistently, etc. So I actually think the core of Gates Ablaze, Gatebreaker Ram, Gilded Summit. Yeah, oh sure, play one for this if you want one past the Gateway Plaza, if you want to keep Golos. Right? I'm not even sure that Golos is good, to be honest. But like, the core of like card advantage and then like Big Beater and Gates Ablaze being a reasonable sweeper could be fine. I don't know that Omnath is necessarily good because our deck's not really putting multiple lands into play consistently in the late game. Like we only have 12 cards that do that, and 8 of them play before Omnath would come down. So yeah, I honestly think like as far as like budget decks for the formats go, like these are good cards. Like you're gonna play these and other things at some point. Like, so you could just work that in. So could be an okay Ugin deck. Yeah, I can see Ugin being an okay ramp payoff, but Maze's end certainly ain't it.